Good afternoon, 6th grade students. I hope you've had a fantastic day at school. This afternoon, we will be learning how to make an organized list. Now, this is a really important skill to learn because it's really going to help you with solving problems. And in particular, in this case, story problems. So, for example, Tara wants to walk in a charity event. In her first week of training, she walks 3 miles each day. Each week, she adds 3/4 of a mile to her daily distance. In which week of training does Tara walk 6 miles per day? So we've read it. Now, the next step is to understand it. What is this question asking us to find? What information does it give us? So we know that in her first week of training, she walks 3 miles every single day. Then each week after that, she adds 3/4 of a mile to her daily distance. In which week of training does Tara walk 6 miles per day? So this is what we want to find out. We want to know which week she walks 6 miles every single day. So we know in week one is easy, it's given to us. She walks 3 miles every single day. Then week 2, we take the 3 miles that she's already walking and we add 3/4 of a mile. Right here it tells us she adds 3/4 of a mile. So 3 plus 3/4 is 3 and 3/4. So every single day she is walking at 3 and 3/4 of a mile. Now let's try week 3. We're taking the 3 and 3/4 she is already at, and we're adding another 3/4 to that. This is where adding fractions and mixed numbers really comes in handy, so I hope you're remembering what to do there. So we take 3 and 3/4 plus 3/4. Add the fractions. The denominators are the same, so we add the numerators. 3 plus 3 is 6. Keep the denominator. Add the whole numbers. 3 plus 0 is 3. Now we simplify. If I look just at the fraction, 6/4 reduces to 1 and 2/4, but I can't forget about the whole number that I already have. I need to add that whole number back in. So I have 3 plus 1 and 2/4. So I have 4 and 2/4. Now I'm not quite at 6 miles per day yet, so let's keep going to week 4. I'm going to take the 4 and 2/4 miles that I already have, add another 3/4 of a mile to that. Let's see what I get. Denominators are the same, so I'm going to add the numerators. 2 plus 3 is 5. My whole number is 4. Now I see that I can simplify again. I'm going to simplify the fractional part. 4 goes into 5 one time, leaving me with 1/4 left over. And I bring my 4 over, add that back in, so I'm left with 5 and 1/4. Now are we at 6 yet? No, we're not, so let's keep going. In week number 5, we take the 5 and 1/4 miles she's walking, and we add the 3/4 of a mile that she adds every week. Denominators are still the same, so we add the numerators. 1 plus 3 is 4. Bring over the 5. 5 and 4/4, but I can simplify that. I know that 4 over 4 is the same thing as 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. So we've reached our 6 miles per day. Now, is that what it's asking? Is it asking us how many miles per day does she walk? No, it's not. It's wanting to know which week does she walk 6 miles per day. So we need to look in this column right here. Which week? Which week are we looking at? We're looking at week 5. So our answer is week 5. Let's do another one. Suppose you plan to read a novel. Every day you want to read 2 more pages than you did the day before. If you read just 1 page on the first day, on what day will you reach page 64? Now this is where it gets a little more complicated. So I know it starts out really easy. Day 1, where are we at? We're just on page 1, because we only read one page. But day 2, we're on page 1. If you read just one page on the first, let's see, go back up here. Every day, you want to read 2 more pages than you did the day before. Well, on day 1, we only read 1 page. So, what's 1 plus the 2 we're going to add? Well, that's 3. So I end up on page 4. So I take the 1 page that I read on one day, added 2 more. That's where I got the 3. Started out on page 1, on day 2, ending on page 4. Now we're not at page 64 yet, so let's keep going. Day 3. We're starting out on page 4. It's where we left off the day before, because you know you don't read a page again. We pick up right where we left off when we read a book. So we're on page 4. Well, yesterday we read 3 pages. What's 3 plus 4, or 3 plus 2? 5. So I need to add 5 to that, which equals 9. So I leave off on page 9 on day 3. Day 4, start on page 9. Yesterday I read 5 pages. I'm going to read 2 more pages than that today. 5 plus 2 is 7. So this leaves me on page 16. Day 5. 16 is where I left off. 7 plus 2 more pages is 9 pages, which means I'm on page 25. Still not to page 64 yet, because that's our goal. We want to get to page 64. So let's do another day. Day 6, we're on page 25. Yesterday I read 9 pages, so I want to read the 9 pages I read yesterday, plus 2 more pages, because I add 2 pages every single day. So that means 11 more pages. 25 plus 11 is 36. Still not to page 64 yet though, so we want to keep going. We're on page 36. Yesterday I read 11 pages. 11 plus 2 more is 13. So 36 plus 13, I'm at page 49. Getting closer, but not quite there yet. We still want to get to page 64. Let's keep going. Day 8, on page 49. Read 13 pages yesterday. I'm going to read 2 more pages than I read yesterday, so that means I read 15 pages today. That means 49 plus 15 is 64. So I've reached my 64. That number matches. Now what is the question asking? On what day will you reach page 64? So I need to look at this column. What day did I read page 64? I read it on day 8. So my answer is day 8. See how that works? Just reading the question carefully, really figuring out how to solve it, and then you make a chart to help you organize the information. Makes it really easy. So your homework tonight, your turn to try it. Page 332, just numbers 1 through 4, 4 problems, that's it. And I'll let you see if you can figure out why those pictures in particular are on this lesson. So good luck. Bring your homework, your video homework, and your practice page that we assigned in class today to class tomorrow. Bring your questions and be ready to continue practicing this in class tomorrow. Thank you, and I hope you have a fantastic evening.